Kia ora, in today's news, the government's now admitting its state asset sales programme may be delayed. This follows the call from the Waitangi Tribunal for the partial floats to be halted until it's settled a water rights claim lodged by the Māori Council. State-owned Enterprises Minister Tony Ryals backing comments made today by the Prime Minister.
A delay can't be ruled out, but it's too early to speculate. We're currently considering how we can incorporate the tribunal's processes within the broad timeline we're working towards.
A man behind the engineering company that designed the CTV building says he's worried about being associated with its failure. The Royal Commission is looking onto factors around the collapse. Alan Ray, the principal of Alan Ray Consulting, says there were issues with the connection of the diaphragm to the wall and with the beam column joints. He says that comes down to David Harding's design and it reflects on the company.
I am concerned with regard to the two items that I have mentioned, and I cannot understand how Mr Harding undertook the work in the manner for those two items that he did.
An appeal over the ruling that search warrants used in the raid on Kim.com's mansion were invalid will have to wait. Last month, the High Court ruled the search warrants were invalid and the January raid was therefore illegal. A Crown Law spokeswoman says its appeal can't be filed until at least the end of next week. The Justice Minister is making no apologies for a bill aimed at making it tougher for alleged offenders to get bail. Under the bill, before a select committee, offenders will have to prove why they deserve bail. Judith Collins says it's aimed at serious offenders such as drug dealers. She says there are examples of methamphetamine dealers getting out on bail on the pretense of spending time with their kids when in fact they're cooking up more drugs, knowing that they will end up in prison eventually anyway. Major changes are being proposed for local body electoral laws. The government says it's willing to look at tightening up the law, and now Labour and the Greens have released proposed members' bills doing just that. Deputy Labour leader Grant Robertson says his party's bill brings local electoral funding laws into line with general parliamentary ones. The Greens bill restricts anonymous donations to $500, but Mr Robertson thinks that doesn't go far enough.
But I think if we can get a consistent regime with the general election rules, that's a good base to start from. I think it helps people understand, no matter what their office they're running for, that the rules are consistent. That's the approach we've taken. Happy to talk to the Greens about their bill.
Now that he's had a taste of it, Kiwi equestrian Jonathan Paget has the Olympic bug. Paget has won a bronze medal as part of the Kiwi team, our first medal at the London Games. He says he's enjoyed the experience and wants to be at the next Games in Rio de Janeiro in 2016. And New Zealand has its first rowing medal chance at Eden Dorney tonight. The women's pair of Juliet Haig and Rebecca Scone take to the water at 10:50 tonight, the first in a flurry of finals for New Zealand's largest team at the Games. The pair are the two-time world champions and currently hold that title, but they only qualified fourth fastest for the final and were second in their heat by quite some distance. Bevan Doherty is pleased to be well away from the Olympic Games chaos in London. The New Zealand triathlon team has opted for the more peaceful climbs of Oxford in preparation for their events this coming weekend. Doherty says it's a great place to mentally prepare.
Nice and quiet, stay away from the hustle and bustle of London. Sounds like it's pretty crazy down there, and I just want to sort of get my head in the game.
Doherty says unfortunately the London course is not ideal for him, but he's known that for a few years now and has prepared accordingly. Ka nui ngā karere i mātua mai i te whare kōrero o Rima. Maori ora, bye for now.